something really fun, or at least that I've been looking forward to today, which is I got a package in the mail, and this is the proof for Terminus X7Z, a Latticeverse game. So I'm heading over right now. I'm actually just now going into reverse, and I'm going to pay attention to my surroundings, even though I'm on video, just to make sure I don't hurt anyone. Anyway, I'm heading over to the trailer, where we're going to be living soon. I'm actually pulling away right now from our house, which I'll quickly... There's the house. We just had an estate sale over the weekend where we sold, pretty much everything in the house. There's a few things left. Mattresses are on the floor. But all the big items for the most part are gone. We've got very little of our possessions remaining at this point. But anyway, so I'm heading over to the 44-foot toy hauler that we'll be calling home starting very soon, that we're currently in the middle of renovating. And while I'm there, I'm going to do a bit of an unboxing and a flip through of the book. Now, I'm hoping that I flip through this book and everything is absolutely perfect. The art rendered well, the color versus, black and white, all of that is like clean and looks good. That's what I'm hoping, because if we don't notice any egregious problems or mistakes in this, then the next step is simply placing the order for the print and shipment of these books to customers, which obviously is what I would like to have happen. Now, of course, it is every bit as likely, given that this is our first sort of large print run of a book ever. Yeah, for our first print run of a book ever. It seems pretty likely that we've made some kind of stupid mistake that we'll catch in the proof here and have to fix. That would, of course, add some time to the timeline. Not what I want to have happen, but I'm bracing myself for that inevitability because, honestly, it would be a miracle to me if there's nothing wrong at all. So, but yeah, so once I've opened this book, flip through the proof and see that there's hopefully no major glaring errors, I'll do one more kind of deep review of it to make sure that there's, sometimes you catch something in a print form factor that you wouldn't have caught in a digital form factor. So I want to give it a thorough read through in addition to looking at the art, just to be sure that we haven't missed any major, typos or strange wording or anything like that we might want to adjust. But ideally, we make no changes, because any changes we make at this point means that we would have to order another proof. And it does take, a week or more. They say up to 6 weeks to receive the proof. We ended up, it only took maybe 7 days or something like that to receive the proof. So, but nonetheless, that's another week of waiting time that I really don't want to have happen. And once we ship this, I can move to an island in the Caribbean and live out my... No, I'm just kidding. That's not true. There's a lot of work ahead of us for other books coming down the pipeline, as well as, we're moving out of the house. We're renovating the RV. We're moving into the RV. We need to buy a truck. I need to learn how to drive a truck. I need to learn how to tow a 44-foot RV. I need to learn how to park it. Honestly, because the truck's going to be a big diesel truck, I kind of need to learn how to maintain a big diesel truck. All of this plus, it's not looking good for some of the, insurance programs for people with lower income right now, which is the category I'm in. So also before January, I need to sort of like find the money river or the money tree or, whatever, and find a source of income that can support our family on our journey that we have ahead of us. So it's going to be a big year, a big next, 6 months remaining in the year at this point. there's a lot to do between now and a month from now to get on the road. And then even once we're on the road, there's going to be a lot to do for us to figure out how to live life and make this a sustainable way of life. Oh, homeschooling. My goodness. We're figuring out homeschooling. Our kids are real smart kiddos and generally eager to learn. So you would think, oh, no worries, it's all going to be good. But of course, there's also the thing that the way that kids act with their people who they're completely comfortable with versus in a classroom setting with teachers and peers and things like that, are just, it's different. And I do have some nerves. I don't worry at all that we'll be able to figure it out and give them a really quality education. I do worry about the storming, if you will, forming, norming, all whatever that series is, of us working out the kinks along the way and getting to shared expectations of what homeschool looks like with our kids. Nonetheless, I am looking forward to it. We'll be able to do interesting things, educating on the road with using resources at national parks and things like that. My sister has actually built a resource to assist with that. She is an educator herself, so that'll be interesting to play around with. Also, the kids have some unique interests, and we might be able to kind of lean more into those and tailor education towards those interests rather than just a purely generic education. So lots of great opportunities. But for now, the focus is very much on, just getting ourselves situated in this new life, and on finishing the books as well. So I've just pulled up at the storage facility where we're keeping the trailer, because I'm going to film this unboxing and reveal here at the camper, because that way I don't need to ask the kids to be quiet or anything like that. And if I'm being honest, because we left the only remaining sort of like phone camera stand in the camper, and I'm planning to do this as a sort of faceless video, top down, so that you can see the book. So since I had to run to the camper anyway, I figured I'll just do it here. There should be some decent light, and I won't have to worry about sound, and we'll get it done. So I'm really eager to tear into this book and see what we got. Fingers crossed. Here we go. I'm gonna head inside and set up so that we can open this thing, see it on the inside. And we've got the book here, which I'm going to open with you, so you can share with me in the excitement of my first book. I know perhaps more exciting for me than for you, but I appreciate you sticking around and sharing in my enthusiasm here to see what we got. I don't even know what this book's gonna feel like, let alone how the quality of it is. Man, adhesives have gotten good. This is like, everybody's talking about advancements in technology, but like, what about adhesives? Whoever keeps making adhesives more and more strong, they deserve some credit. Okay, so here we go. We've got a big reveal here. Let's see. So we're looking at the back first. Why not? That sounds like fun. So let's see. Wandering Pine Press. The cover art, I can already tell from here, has come through pretty well, so I'm excited about that. Very nice. Let's see what it looks like on the front. That is satisfying. I highly recommend holding a physical book of your own making in your hands. This is this is really cool. I'm excited about this. Okay, so thickness, it's got a good, not too thick, not too thin. Feels good. All right, so let's start flipping through. So good little cover page. Our copyright page here. This, based on the Push SRD. So shout out to Cesar Capacole for his work on the Push SRD. Table of contents. The paper feels nice. It's it's not ultra premium paper or anything like that, but it's got a good feel to it. The blacks. So these spreads are from public domain NASA images. And so shout out to NASA as well for putting those photos from various satellites into the public domain so that folks like me can use them. But it turned out really quite well. I like that. Now on to chapter 1. Yeah, that's coming through quite nicely. So this is the first of my hand-drawn illustrations in the book. The typography looks nice. If I have any complaint, I have to decide whether that margin on the center is good enough. I think it is, especially since in reality you'd probably hold the book like that. So cool. Continuing to go. This is another image from NASA, and this is a piece of art that my wife Crystal drew using Procreate for you digital artists out there. Pretty cool in Procreate. You can do all kinds of neat tricks with a perspective point to help you figure out sort of your grid for perspective. And yeah, she drew something pretty cool here, trying to go for a hand-sketched look to fit with the rest of the art. And I think it turned out really cool. So far, quite good. This was the first one I was a little bit nervous about, but I think that looks nice. Funny thing with art that's I'm only just I drew these. This is a hand-drawn thing. And I'm only just noticing I only put 4 toes on this guy. So he's got 5 fingers, but he's got 4 toes. Put in your own backstory on that one. Oh, that came out awesome. This guy, he became, I mentioned in a video I did for folks over on the Wandering Workshop, that at first I wasn't so sure about this dude, but he's over time become one of my favorites. And I think he turned out really well in print. That's awesome. I love that. This is one that I hand drew, but it wasn't coming through well on the scan technique that we were using. So then Crystal traced over it digitally in Procreate, and I think that turned out pretty cool. Pretty good. Enjoying that. Yeah, like some of the lighter lines still turned out quite well here, so that looks good. And here's the, we have some art that kind of spans the gap. I think that's turned out okay. Very cool. Another NASA image. Not seeing anything weird so far. Fingers crossed. It's looking like it might have worked out. Oh, I hate this kind of stuff. This is just a pet peeve. I feel like we played with this several times and had gotten this not to have this dangler here. Dangler, I call it. But I guess in the end, something pushed it back over again. But I hate that kind of stuff. But it's an acceptable minor annoyance. So far, everything's looking good. Yeah, that looks cool too. one thing that's interesting to see is like the actual original sketches for some of these were not that large. And so they've been blown up. This one's actually about true to its original size. Let's see if I can find one that's blown up significantly from the original drawing. I think this one, what made me say, yeah, here's a good example. This was a pretty small little sketch. And so it's I actually kind of like it. You can see, because it's been enlarged, you can actually see like the graphite edge pretty clearly there. And I think that's kind of neat. Not something I had chased on purpose, but kind of a happy artifact that I ended up liking quite a bit. I had drawn this as part of a larger image. It actually went in this kind of orientation, and the council, which shows up later in the book, I believe, kind of was under this. So this was like a window above the council room. But the two didn't feel like they actually went together, and I needed a piece to fill this page. So, I thought that went well with the Latticeverse, so we went with it. Yep. Keep going. Yeah, here's the little council. Funny enough, this is a pretty low detail drawing, all these aliens in here, and so it's much larger than I originally intended it to be. So some of the aliens look pretty goofy, but that's part of the charm that you get with human created works like this. So this is another one that my wife drew, kind of a control panel and a few, what you call those, like portholes or something like that. This is one of the ways that my wife and I differ. It's funny because I work in technology, but like when it comes to drawing, I can't bring myself to use a digital drawing app. Like, I don't know, there's something about putting a device between me and the medium that just doesn't really work well. But she takes really naturally to digital medium. So she drew this with Procreate, and I think it looks really nice. Still has a good hand-drawn feel. So here's the crew. Yeah, that rendered just fine. And now we're into the playbooks here, the faded, the heart. I think both of those, they look different, sort of different weights, but both of them turned out quite well. The honor bound, that looks good. The maverick, that looks really good. The seeker, yeah, even sort of the detail with her lighter, sort of light silvery hair, like worked out really well. That looks nice. Yeah, I love that. She's another one that like, she didn't turn out the way I tried for her to turn out, but she turned out in a different way that I quite like, actually. So just a little sketch of, to represent bonds. Another NASA image. We're at the station. We've got little sort of iconography type things. So now these are the what I call dynamics. So we've got the endless arrival. We've got the delicate balance. The long echo. All of these sketches turned out well. This one was one that's like, I couldn't for the life of me think how to represent the idea of what the dynamic, the bar normal is all about, which is that, even in really strange environments that are kind of unstable, life must go on and people live their lives to the best of their ability. But two coffee cups to try and represent that idea that like, people getting together and having conversations over a shared drink. So, and even though it has nothing directly to do with sci-fi, I ended up kind of really liking that sketch for its simplicity. Another sort of wormhole rendering for the unseen seam. We go into the mission. I think the blacks here turned out pretty well. This is docking bay 1. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. So for these missions, the background art is more of the NASA stuff. I didn't even notice this before, the way that mission is somewhat transparent there. That looks kind of cool. I wonder if that's consistent. I think that must be something that Crystal did. But it looks neat. Okay. Yeah, so it's not transparent here, but nonetheless, I think it's fine. It looks good. These all seem to be working out quite well so far. Okay. Yeah, those are readable, even though they're pretty light. These a detail element, these are placeholders. A detail element, so you'd go and roll at the back of the book. I've got tables somewhere. Here we go, where you can here we go, spark tables. So you've got detail, element, etc. So these are D66 tables. So a detail element wants to action an element, right? So action, detail, element. And that way you can sort of generate mission concepts if you played through these included missions. There's another NASA image, another little spot illustration. This little cute fluffy guy. You know, it's space station science fiction. Who says you can't have a cute fluffy alien in your space station science fiction? These are the actual sort of rules and procedures. Looking good. I like it. Yeah, this is not one of my favorite illustrations, and yet it ended up kind of a full page, but you know, I think it works. It turned out well. Can't blame the printers here. This, you know, it looks as it should. Very nice. Another NASA image. That illustration also looks great. Perfect. We're into the glossary. Funny guy. This one's funny because I drew it kind of not literally on the back of a napkin, but almost, and you can kind of see the paper texture of the original paper I drew it on, because I drew it smaller, and he ended up blown up significantly larger than he was when I drew him. But it looks cool with these thick lines. Got a little glossary here. Here's that same character again, and there's the meta. He doesn't look as serious here. He's kind of making a second cameo, so there's that guy. And there he is again. But still pretty good. There we go. We're into the end of the book, and I didn't see anything egregious. I'm getting excited. We've got our about page. These are my boys. That's my wife. That's, of course, me. What a handsome bunch. And then we've got a little highlight of some of our other games, as well as the games that are coming up soon on Kickstarter. That's it. That's the book. And I think that's ready for print. I'm gonna look through it in more depth to make sure there's nothing like super egregious that I've missed somehow. But at least at first glance, I think we're ready to send this to the printer. So
several days later.
Well, hello everyone. Future Brian here. I may have spoken too soon because my wife and I finished reviewing the book, and we did find a few things. Nothing major, but things that we do want to get right. So, for example, in one of the chapters, we left out the chapter number. Whoops, we could have caught that in the digital. Somehow we didn't. Things we couldn't have caught in the digital, though. Turns out the gutter is just a little too tight for our liking. And some of the way that the margin laid out was a little different than we were anticipating. And also some of the art that spans a spread could really do with like a little white gap or something so that it looks correctly, or reads as what we intended on the page. So We do need to make a new copy, and unfortunately, that means we need to order a new proof. So it'll be a couple more weeks, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot of time to get it right. So that's what we're going to do. Thank you so much for your continued patience, and we will have a book in your hands soon enough. Thank you.